Okay. Okay, so apparently we're supposed to talk to Delvin. If that doesn't work, then I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do.
These people seem nervous, which makes me nervous.
Always a pleasure, boss. What can I do for you?
How's the guild's reputation
I never
doing?
thought I'd see the guild this way ever again. The place is greater than what it used to be when Gallus was running the show.
Uh, okay, there we go. I guys like to help people too. It's got you're happy. Okay.
Where, oh, where did you get this? No, don't answer. I don't want to know. Look, if I were you, I'd proceed carefully. Crossing Maven is one of the first things you learn not to do when you're down here.
It used to be true, but with all our new friends, we don't really need her anymore. I say we have to ask now, of course, if all that we
Exactly
kind of
what you
do.
talking about here?
Time is right.
Oh, really?
Just now.
Well then, how can we make that happen? Tell me what you need, and I'll get my people on it.
I just want to make sure you and everyone else are on board. I'm the guild master now, and I want to make sure I have enough influence to make this happen.
Of course you do. I think Brynjolf could give you all the information you need.
Okay,
Find me if you're ever looking
sweet.
for some extra coin.
Bring it off.
Yes, lass. Did you need something?
Let's speak a few about some guild business.
What's on your mind?
Two things. First, I want to start giving a cut everything we take to the people of Skyrim. Anyone complains, tell them to talk to me.
Ha! Spoken like the leader of the Thieves Guild. Looks like I chose the right person for the job.
I said, do you agree? This is more of a protest. I've been doing this anyway, but I didn't expect the others would be so happy about giving away profit.
Everyone in the guild admires what you've done. Maybe they won't come out and simply tell you, but I promise you it's true. The guild is back on its feet again, and on its way to a prosperous future. I couldn't be more proud to be part of the Thieves Guild, or its new guildmaster. But enough of that. I'm confident that with you in charge, we'll soon have more gold than we could possibly spend.
Glad you feel that way. You do get something out of this. The more you get the people, the more they'll support us. And we can focus on the wealthy.
Without them at our backs, we'd be in serious trouble. I suppose it's not a total loss then. Was there something else?
Oh yes, there was. You're not gonna like it. You might not like it. It's about Maven.
Maven has been nagging us about her request. Any thoughts?
Yeah, she can kiss our ass. Even betray the Empire during the Great War. Means she's going to take orders from us from now on.
No, it can't be.
And she told information to the Almeri Dominion. I'm going to use that proof to ensure she stays in line, or else I'll have her executed. Well, the Empire will have her. Somebody will have her executed. Any objections?
That's between you and Maven, and I prefer to keep it that way. Now, what's this so-called proof you speak of?
See, it's pretty damning. I ask your permission, but I just want to make sure the guild is behind me on this.
Aye. Whatever you want to do, we're with you.
Good, then I'll go find Maven right away and make sure her know who's in charge. We're running Riften now, not her.
Let's decide it. When this entire sorry affair is over, we'll handle the details.
But I may not buy.
Why don't you
Tell Maven to kiss your ass.
quit sitting there wheeling and dealing when you could be out there making a heck of a lot more coin? We could use someone with your skills.
Oh, thanks for the compliment, Delvin. I may just take you up on that one day.
We just had to probably look up a walkthrough for how we're supposed to escape our contract. With Hermina. Not Hermina. Nocturnal. I'm getting my Daedric Princes mixed up for some reason.
Well, this castle definitely looks better than the one back on the island.
Yes, my
that's
lady.
for sure.
That unpleasant...
As Jarl Layla's housecarl, I would ask that you maintain a respectable distance from her at all times.
I want you to speak to the city guard. Make sure there's a contingency plan in effect in case Riften falls.
Did you have
What
some
in the
sort
name of
official
oblivion
business
do
here?
you want?
I've also taken
Oh, Maven.
I don't have time for idle chit-chat. What is it?
just in case.
I need to speak to you about something. I assume you heard I was elected guildmaster, and you might have noticed things in the guild that started changing.
I know that. Think about your choices carefully from now on. You'll go much farther in Riften with me on your side.
Oh, you're kind of becoming obsolete now. Now that I'm in charge. Sorry for you and your attitude. Like, you know, am I gonna be that brazen? And I think the tables are gonna be turning here, and maybe you'll start taking orders from me. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
My dear, you have no idea who you're trifling with. Now I suggest you turn around and rattle someone else's cage before you get hurt.
I'm not in your cage. Actually, I'm quite serious. If I can't be this brazen, would Whimsy be this brazen? I'll just...
Never. Now move aside. You may have everyone else impressed around here, but you don't impress me. You couldn't touch me if you wanted to. If you think you can steal my throne by winning the hearts of the people, that's where you're wrong. Keep that in mind.
Actually, before you go, do you recognize these? Shh.
I will kill you! You'll pay for this.
Oh, I suppose you do recognize them. Last I checked, the penalty for treason is torture and death. You kind of sold out the empire to the Dominion.
Enough! Stop!
Sure, there's a lot of people who would love to see a traitor's head roll. Oh, what it's gonna be, Maven? Are you gonna... Are you taking orders from us, or... we're gonna ruin you?
I surrender. I surrender.
Okay, so here's how it works. You're gonna play nice and start treating people with more respect. You only do what I say, and you basically just play by my rules.
I'm doing as you asked. Not for nothing, I hope.
Well, you can keep your meter and your illusion of power, but the guild will get a cut. No murder, no extortion. Treat people decently, or else I answer to me.
I expect that you'll distance yourself from the affairs of state. In other words, keep your nose out of my business and we'll do just fine.
This isn't exactly a negotiation, but I don't have much interest in politics. Just keep your word and do things fairly, and I suppose I'll leave the politics to you, for now.
I believe we're done.
I suppose.
I'll not argue that. Heard any interesting gossip lately?
Not really. How are you doing?
Everything is splendid, thank you.
Glad to hear it. And you continue to prosper, I see. You're doing it in accordance to your agreement. This happens later, apparently.
Thank you for asking. Until next time.
Let's just role play how we're going to interact with them.
By the gods, a dragon's been sighted.
I think we already heard that.
I presume you're bothering me for a good reason.
This is a supposed bug fix. I think the Huh? Did I spell it right? If I didn't spell it right, did I? There's a few guild destruction quest, apparently. I think I might just look at the... okay, so I'm imagining... Well, you have 13 Dragon Souls.
Yeah, I guess I have a minute. What do you want?
If it works the same way as, the mod that was referenced, then it should be pretty straightforward. I'm not gonna spoil it, but
If you're looking for extra work, talk to Vex or Delta.
Yes, lass. Did you need something?
I help people Skyrim from my own pocket. I figured I would go to take over that duty. At least 10% of profits. How are we doing?
The merchandising. Vex and Delvin are having to turn clients away at this point. Don't forget to check your tribute chest once in a while. As Guildmaster, you're getting a
Okay,
significant
so...
Bumped into someone who knew someone else. The rest just writes itself.
Well, if you like, I'd be happy to take over the operation for you. Take the sauce off your hands.
And lose out just when the going is getting good? No thanks.
I sell all sorts of poisons for almost
Well,
every occasion.
apparently we don't have any dialogue with Brynjolf about it. But we'll just see here.
sorts of poisons for almost every occasion.
Okay, we're going to this turn. We're leaving. I could roll for this. But I'm hoping it works the same way it does in the mod that is referenced in the description of a Freedom for the Nightingales.
Yes?
Been doing a few jobs
Actually,
for Vex.
kind of
How about you?
like the idea a little bit.
So you're the one everyone's falling on, huh? Been doing.
Excuse me, leader of the Thieves Guild coming through.
Need something?
Yes, I need you to get the frick out of the way.
Did you want something?
Hello?
Been doing a few jobs for Vex. How about you?
Okay, Serana. Hope you're right about this whole thing. Yeah, she can't follow me in here. Oh, Serana is with us.
Rocks and valleys, crevices and hiding places. This is the kind of place where hermits and fanatics.
Well, this is a good,
You'd fit right in. Sorry.
Hey, Nocturnal!
My, what do we have here?
My lady, I hear of a unique business proposal.
You may proceed.
You see, you may already be aware of this, but I happen to be the Dragonborn, and your claim to my soul is perhaps a shaky one? Anyway, but here's the thing. Perhaps I've accumulated quite a few dragon souls, and my wife Serana here thinks that maybe you'd be interested in them in exchange for releasing your claim on my soul.
What could you possibly offer me now?
Oh. Well, and with Dragon Soul, you let me remain a Nightingale in life and keep my powers. I give you a Dragon Guardian in the place of myself in death. Sound fair?
The conditions are acceptable.
Very well then. Kill my Dragon Soul. Either guard your temple in life, exchange for my power, but he will guard you after my death.
Very well.
Also, you look like you could use some help. Here, take this. Currency of the Thieves Guild. It's actually kind of better than, the Freedom for the Nightingales mod. Because, like, you just completely renounce your Nightingale status, and you can also convince Brynjolf and Karlia to renounce theirs, which... Hey, I might be able to get another Dragon Soul to replace the one I just...
with the dark, but I've spent more than my share of time in cave. So what's next for our adventures?
I love you, Serana. You had the best ideas.
What is it now? So that explains why you keep bumping into me. Your kisses are such a treat.
So, I'm still a little shaky about whether or not our becoming a Nightingale to begin with is should be canonical. Like, strictly speaking, based upon what the game provides, Whimsy would not have become a Nightingale. However, if there was a longer discussion and Karlia maybe convinced us that, you know, having two new considering that, like, she's already lost one inductee into the Nightingales, at least here in Skyrim. You know, one is dead, one has betrayed her. Karlia is kind of the only one left. So having free, you know, like, there kind of has to be free. At least, like, minimum. You know, Nocturnal would be more open to lending her aid if she felt like the extra weight of having two new people in her service rather than just one new person in her service. Like, something like that might make a degree of sense. And maybe there'd be a bit more of explanation of just how powerful Delvin's actually supposed to be. Which, I mean, honestly, if we'd gotten, like, another quest involving him, between, like, him officially betraying the Thieves Guild and, the actual final heist, where we actually see how powerful he is. Show, don't tell. Like, we don't actually see any demonstration of how powerful he is until after we become a Nightingale. After the game railroads us into becoming a Nightingale. I think it probably, you know, again, just sort of thinking ahead to a potential future review of this game, it could get two negatives. One for the railroading itself of such a what really, for all intents and purposes, should be a choice for the player. And two, for the fact that like there's just a flimsy excuse given for why we kind of don't have a choice. Like that would be the other negative. It would basically be one negative for interaction for the lack of ability to choose, and one for information because there's no like acceptable excuse for the lack of interaction, for the lack of choice. For a while, we as the player should feel like we're backed into a corner and this is the only way we can move forward. Like, it would still potentially have a negative for railroading, even if, you know, there was a better narrative excuse for it. But it probably wouldn't get the information negative. I think the way I would do it is maybe add, again, the extra quest that like shows, you know, maybe, you know, based on external continuity, the skeleton key probably shouldn't grant Mercer as much power as it does, because in both Morrowind and Oblivion, the skeleton key just is an unbreakable lockpick. That's all it is. Now, granted, one could say that in the hands of a nightingale, it is actually particularly more powerful and potent, and grants him the ability to kind of manipulate luck around him in some way. I think that's what's kind of implied, which would be interesting to, like, actually kind of see. Because the bandits that he attacked, or, you know, the one that kind of sort of survived long enough to talk to us, doesn't really seem to suggest that, like, oh, he just came out of nowhere and he was, like, super powerful. You know, he has what you might call what was the name of the jackass from Mass Effect 3. I want to say Kylo Ren, but that's from freaking. He's at least a slightly better constructed character than I forget what voice actor's name too. Troy Baker. Kai Lang. Okay, yeah, that sounds similar. Like, he has a bit of Kai Lang syndrome. He's maybe, like, I don't know. He's a better and more interesting character than Kai Lang ever was, but There's some bad writing going on. But that could be another way to kind of explain why we need to be a Nightingale, because it's like no matter how powerful you think you are, he has the ability to basically make everything go wrong around him for other people. You know, you'll find yourself in the wrong situation at the wrong time so that he can hurt you or sneak up on you or whatever have you. Like, that would be interesting. It would be... I mean, it wouldn't be like... Like, the bandit could be like, you know, it's almost like everything went wrong all at once. And, like... I don't know. Like, that could be kind of a legitimate thing. It doesn't matter, like, how powerful you are or how powerful you think you are. He can literally manipulate the situation around you so that, like, not necessarily directly, but at least indirectly, so that you'll find yourself in a disadvantageous situation. And that basically being a Nightingale yourself will mitigate that effect. Right, you have a certain immunity to it. Now, with that said, it could still be interesting to give the player the option to just reject it, to reject that thing, and continue on with the Thieves Guild quest. Without becoming a Nightingale, and then you would not have the perks of being a Nightingale, you know, the armor and whatever other passive abilities you would have. But then you would also be at a disadvantage during that. You know, you would be in effectively a super hard mode in the battle against Mercer Frey. It would be particularly challenging, but still technically doable. Yeah. Like, that's how I might potentially construct it, so that... Anyway. So, there's two ways I can retcon it. Like, one is that this whole getting out of a deal is not really happened. Because we never became part of a Nightingale to begin with, which is what our original intent was. Or we could just undo the retcon, basically, and go with this. And then add additional retcon that we were given more information that basically made it feel like it was less of a choice, so that we really needed the power of a Nightingale. Actually, I kind of like... I'm beginning to lean toward that a little bit. Like, one, you know, I like having what happens on screen be what actually happens as much as possible. You know, the whole us doing various Thieves Guild quests that Whimsy normally wouldn't do just for sake of expediency. notwithstanding. Um, but yeah, so let's just move forward. I mean, it doesn't even really matter that much because, like, you know, we're already. Like, I can kind of just leave it to you, the viewer, to decide which you prefer. But I think I'm leaning toward this, especially since it does kind of make a degree of sense. It's very simple, but um, I also like the idea that, like, Serana, at least off screen in this case, was the one who kind of suggested it. That you need to exchange something of equal value. Granted, Whimsy would be willing to. I think Whimsy. I think maybe. I think the conversation would have been like. I'll just summarize rather than roleplay it directly, since it will all be one-sided anyway, and it would need to be one-sided or two-sided to really work. But Whimsy would be like, "Oh, I can just give. I don't even redeem Dragon Soul set often, so to speak. I don't really use them that much because I don't care about most of the words that I've learned. But I could offer more than one Dragon Soul. I'm sure that would be more appealing. And so I was like, start with one, and see, like, see where it goes. And, and if she asks for more, work your way up from there. And she seemed rather satisfied with just one, so. Anyway, let's move on. I think I'm just going to increase my health. I'm probably going to save the perk. I'm kind of wanting to... Or just Daedric Light armor. I'm just gonna...
Have to. I'm impressed. Whiterun's truly a curious city. It feels so open.
I get on the road. Or stay on the road. Where is the road? Where? There it is.
Here's a good place. Stop.
Shall we chase the other as well?
We have to hurry. I'll not have Aquarion brag over me of finding it first. Let's take this cat to rot in the prison. Then on to Riverwood. I'd like to see Lady Azale's pet for myself.
What the? Huh. Might be something to check out next. Oh.
Hello, friend.
Mike!
You bring a smile to this one's eyes and peace to his heart. If you ever need the skills of a Khajiit warrior by your side, I would be honored to travel with you.
Could you travel with me?
Warm sands, friend. Sweet. Good to see you. Nord's armor has lots of fur. This sometimes makes Maik nervous. Maik was soul-trapped once. Not very pleasant. You should think about that once in a while. Some say Alduin is Akatorsh. Some say Maik is a liar. Don't you believe either of those things? Maik is tired now. Go bother somebody else.
You had some money, friend.
Here, this is for you. The roads of Skyrim can be treacherous. If you must walk them, beware.
What? Clear points going in. Oh. Let's... Okay. I'm not going to activate the other quest, which we don't want yet. What is this? Hey.
I'm not someone to be trifled with.
That's a really fancy castle. Pretty statue. Huh. Sure. Need more castles in my life. Got tons of money to burn. I like the throne room here. See, alright, let me see here. There we go. When a new title card anyway. Okay, and there may be a way to zoom out in third person mode using a controller, but if there is, I don't know it. Yeah, we need to get rid of some stuff. Especially when we're going after the Golden Saints camp. Might have some vendors here. Display hall. I think you're gonna like this place.
What is it now, you sweet talker?
Book's price there for display. There's our bed.
Yes?
Wonder if we should move our family in here.
What do you need?
Honor to you, my Thane. Good to see you. I wish I could go with you.
Sure. I think we're just gonna leave some things. Let's see, articulation, what does that do? Yeah, we are pretty high up with speech. There's even a little drummer, too. We even have a horse that has a name. I'm lost sight of Caddy Ray. This Caddy is dead. Is Caddy dead? I don't think she is. Okay. The dragon back there. Way back there.
Good night.
Oh. Thank you. Hey guys.
Never should have come here.
Do your work.
Hey. No, you won't. Stop kidding yourself.
Not very impressive.
What the? Yeah. Oh, hey. Oh.
And you thought I was just a pretty face.
Trifled with.
Already out of go.
Gods,
Hey.
vampires! I can't take this anymore. I'm not cut out for this. Look, take whatever you want. I'm getting out of here.
Okay. You know, the penalty for desertion is me letting you go. That was cut out for vampire hunting. That was barely cut out for vampire hunting when I started. Oh, I should probably check out Riverwood first.
Now that I'm not a vampire anymore, I think we should take it more easy with the adventuring things. I feel as fragile as a skeleton.
Where are you going?
Hey there, I have a little something for you.
Huh.
Fancy yourself an alchemist, hmm? Never could get the hang of that.
I'm not sure if they're following us or if they're just moving along their... Yeah, they're just moving along their regular path. Yeah, the adopt feature does not work.
What is it, Khajiit?
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
I can't remember the last time I visited home. Think I've forgotten what a proper bed looks like, let alone feels like.
Oh yeah, you should probably get back to the Legion. It's been months.
I'm sorry, but I'm terribly busy at the moment.
You're a trader, and I would like to buy, let's say, a rumor.
That's rather unusual, and I'm afraid I'm new in this village.
That's not a problem. I'm looking for a young Khajiit girl. Have you seen one around here somewhere besides myself?
Why are you asking? They usually travel with caravans. Didn't see any around.
With a little money, sweeten the deal for you?
You really don't look wicked. Well, 100 gold for you is fair. The only one I can think of is that curious-looking one that comes around the back of the inn at dusk. She's rather pretty for a Khajiit. Huh, no offense. Anyway, if you go looking, be careful. Some rough-looking mercenaries have been asking about her as well.
Have you ever seen anything like it?
No, never. How does she look? So human.
Doesn't even smell like a Khajiit. Usually you can tell.
Damn shame, too. I'd like to have her as my pet. I say, we get a little payback for Lars and Lori.
Get your head on straight. If we don't take her back, we don't get paid.
I'm not saying we won't take her back. I'm just saying I'd like to enjoy her first.
Hey.
Well, you asked for it.
Ain't this a surprise?
Done and done.
Are you freaking kidding me? Serana! What the frick did you just do?
to be an adventurer, but then I took an arrow to my heart. You're a great shot, love.
Have you ever seen anything like it?
No, never. How does she look? So human.
All right, let's do this. I'm not someone to be trifled with.
Let's see.
Are you okay? Ow.
She didn't ask you for your help. Leave her alone.
What? Huh? They were a strange couple, but we're a strange couple.
Trouble?
Sort of.
Hello, friend. The finest weapons and armor.
Can I invest in your... Yeah.
Oh? Well, I won't turn down your money. You have my thanks, friend. The finest weapons and armor. Good day.
Okay.
I'm glad we're together.
Thank you so much for...
I can make an investment in your business.
Excellent, I think. Thank you. I'll be sure to put it to good use. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. It was a pleasure.
All right then.
Yes?
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Did you find her?
I did. I took her to some mercenaries. I think she'll be safer now.
Well, that's good. I'd hate for something to happen to her.
Does she always react so coldly?
I believe so. She doesn't even talk to the innkeep. Just gets her food and leaves.
Thank you for your time.
Friend. And if you ever require my wares, seek me out. I'll see about a discount for you.
Usually, Kaji female nozzle closely resembles a face, black hair, blonde brown fur. 5,000 symptoms if brought alive. Measly 500 symptoms.
You there. I'm looking for an unusual Khajiit. Have you seen her?
Usually Khajiit, you say. But that could be any of them. They tend to be rather quirky.
Don't get smart with me. You would not be able to mistake this one. Now be a good dog and tell me everything you know.
I haven't seen any particularly odd ones.
I can't say I am surprised. She's quite the slippery little cat. Very well, you may go.
How dare you call me a dog? Big roll a deception check. It'd probably be really bad. It's like a 13, I think. And they rolled a natural 20.
She saw what you did. You didn't turn her in. Why?
You look like a strange Omisrat. Sulak Sufe, Marin, are you well? I don't think we are that immersed in Kashi culture to use those terms. Say policy to turn in runaways until I know their side of the story. Are you hurt?
She's fine. She doesn't need your bandages or silly potions.
I don't know. I was just asking.
She wants to know why you're concerned with her. Why help a person you don't know?
You're not asking. I passed by a pretty girl in trouble doing nothing.
Pretty? Flattery will get you nowhere with her, so don't even try it.
Okay. I'll try anything. Funny to hear your story.
Her story? She doesn't know. Not even her name. Why can she not remember anything?
Hey, no, take it easy. Don't take this pack. Just tell me what you do know.
What does she know? There was a kind elder that helped her. But with what? After that, she was running. Briars, bushes, and dogs. Loud dogs barking after her. She hates dogs. She means she was terribly angry at them. They made her mad, but she had to run because it was raining and she hates being wet. She's not scared of anything terrible.
So you're running away from someone.
She thinks so, yes. She found some shelter, an old tower, and spent maybe a week there hiding. From the rain. Don't laugh at her. When the rain had stopped, she left from there and ran until she ended up here in this town.
That's all you can remember?
She remembers a satchel.
There's a dog
She
right
left
back to you.
it in
You
the
should
tower because she was in a hurry. Maybe that can tell her
shoot.
who she is.
Shoot.
You can take her there, and she will keep you safe from the mean old doggies around there.
Follow me then.
Lead the way.
Personally, I never saw myself being a woodcutter. Cutting wood is a bit too burly of an activity for me.
Got to thinking. Maybe I'm the Dragonborn. I just don't know it yet.
So, you're a false Dragonborn, yes? She thought you were the real deal. What? You are? But... Oh, now she's a bit confused. You like to walk in this weather? Let's go home.
Yeah, run into a dragon. I would like to get their solo place the one that I gave to Nocturnal. Happy. Kinda nice maybe. Whoa! Oh. Get my wish.
This is in your day.
Where you going?
Time to end this.
Where do you think you're going?
I'll bring you down.
be dead now, but where did it come from? I never would have believed it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Okay, back on course.
Ah. The smell here. Let's try to handle this quickly.
Oh.
That'll teach you.
He came out of nowhere. That's it? That's all that's down here? Very worth picking that lock.
If there is snow in elsewhere.
From what I heard, not really. Kind of the opposite.
Good afternoon.
Hey.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Oh, sorry. I assumed you were a regular bandit.
I'm not someone to be trifled with.
Hope he's actually a bad guy. He looks like a bad guy. Dear Mauricio, I'm afraid it's my only chance to pass you a message. I packed the satchel in a great hurry. I Wish I could have gathered everything we've talked of. Here's some money. Everything I was able to get. The only weapon I could find was this knife. It's better than nothing. Run. Never trust anyone of our kin. One more thing. I give you this ring for you to always remember who you are.
Yeah? Well, what did the note say? Don't keep her waiting and hurry, would you? Yes?
So?
Well, what did the note say? Don't keep her waiting and hurry, would you?
Said your name is Fluffy. No. Said your name is Marisi.
Marisi. She likes it. It's a very pretty name and fitting for her, no? But she still does not remember.
There's also a ring here. Maybe it has a clue.
A ring? Give it to her. This. She remembers it belongs to her. And that it's special. Somehow.
Anything else?
No, nothing. She gives up. The ring has no hint, and she cannot remember. But she knows her name now. Marisi.
That's a pretty name for a pretty girl.
What has she told you about that flattery? It gets you nothing. But it is nice of you to notice.
We're not ready to give up on that ring yet. We need to find someone to make it talk.
Talking from a ring? Now she knows you have gone insanely crazy.
It's a figure of speech. Julie might find something we've missed.
Oh, she understands. Then quick, let's find a jeweler so she can remember about herself.
Oh. What? Screw you. I'm gonna need to have another bottle of water. Oh.
Heard about you and your honeyed work.
spent too long at the Sleeping Giant last night, didn't you?
Yes?
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
It means so much to us to have the claw back where it belongs.
Oh, hey there.
Huh.
Thank you.
I saw that Khajiit girl leave with you. How's she doing?
She doesn't remember anything about herself. Hoping you can
How
help.
would I do that? Skilled merchant I may be, but certainly not a restorer of memories.
I assume you have contacts. I need to ask a jeweler about an unusual ring.
May I see it? My, that is unusual. Okay, I think I may know someone who can help you. However, you'll need to leave the ring in my care for a few days while I go to find him. The company he keeps is less than reputable. You understand?
Excuse me. But I pay your fee and tell me where he is.
Normally I wouldn't do that, but given the circumstances, all right. His name is Salthazar, and he belongs to the Thieves Guild in Riften. Look for him in the Ragged Flagon.
Oh. But you're doing business.
Always. Take care.
By the way, Marisi is not nearly as pretty as you are.
Yes? Let's go, huh?
I was trying to figure out if Marisi's ears are animated. It feels like they might be. Maybe I'm just seeing things though. I should stop by our town. Rewind a little bit.
Take a look. Be careful out there.
Good to see you. Hmm?
Need something? Take a look.
How does he have more bone meal than
Take care, friend.
whatever?
Good morning. Take a look. Good day.
Morning already. Take a nap.
Good to see you again, friend.
Hey, I'm glad you're here with me. Understood.
There you go.
You're a great alchemist. You know that, right? And that's coming from me, so it means something.
Oh, over here.
Yeah? Hi. Take a look. Mm-hmm.
Aye. Aye.
Yeah?
I made a Daedric crossbow.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend. Hmm? Yes? Take a look. Right. See you round.
Okay.
Hey there. Yes?
Oh. The enhanced one.
Good to see you.
Nobody have any.
It's good to see. Take a look. Good day.
Make a Daedric scimitar?
I'm glad you're here.
Need something? Glad you're here. Hello, friend.
A Daedric scimitar. Denied.
Yes?
I mean, Daedric sword already looks kind of like a scimitar. A little bit.
Need something?
Stunner is 154 damage. And this is 174. Yep, this is a This is an advancement.
How are you doing, love?
Look, Mama, I have a new friend.
Genevieve?
Could I keep him? Please?
Alright, but you're responsible for him.
You're the best. Thanks.
Khajiits have fur. Does it mean there's colder in elsewhere? Even colder than here?
Good to see you.
Hey, Sally. Do you have any enchanting potions?
Good morning. Take a look. Take care of yourself. What do you need, my friend? What do you need? So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
Oh, no. Okay, well.
Farewell. Hello, friend. Need something? Yes?
Star Mark 2.
Good morning. Good morning. What do you need? Take a look. Mm-hmm. Yes? Ah, so you're an alchemist then. Be careful out there.
Okay.
Good to see
Hi, Sally. Remy. Kids. I should put away my old crossbow. Or just give it to Marisi.
Yeah, what? She will put it to good use.
Here's my dwarven bolts.
Lead on.
How can a humble servant of Talos help you today?
Something I can help with, or do you just want to talk?
If you're looking for extra work, talk to Vexor Delvin.
Is there something you need?
I'm looking for someone named Salpasar.
Then you have found him. How can I be of service?
She's got it for.
Any ring looked at?
A ring, you say? I haven't found a trinket yet that I couldn't appraise.
I'm planning on selling, so the value of it is a little consequence.
Then I'm curious. Why did you seek me out? What is it that you wish to learn?
I know its history and if there's any hidden inscriptions or enchantments on it.
You should know that my knowledge of magic is rudimentary. I can tell if there is an enchantment, but if you want specifics, you'll have to seek out a mage. Let me see.
That's fine.
Curious little trinket. I have the information.
What do you know?
Not so fast. I have done you a service, and you must pay me for it.
Oh, the only week a companion has your past. I'm loaded, so.
She is quite beautiful, yes? I would not mind to spend some time with her. I'll make you a deal. I'll give you the information you seek in return for one night alone with her.
Yeah, if you take a single step to her, I'll shave the scales off your tail.
All right, no need for violence. But you certainly cannot blame me for trying.
Just got lucky is all. Bumped
Good
into someone who knew
conscience.
someone else.
300 gold,
The rest just
and I
writes
will
itself.
reveal all to you.
Well, if you like, I'll be happy to take over the operation for you. Take the sauce off your heads.
And lose out just
Allowed my companion to shove your claws on you. That's pretty high. That's like lizards, right?
No need for all that. Get her away. Here, take the damn notes.
I would be willing to pay you, but manners. It's a clan ring that once belonged to the chieftain of the Marisha clan, Revere. When the Falmer brought back the moons, many Khajiits were quick to take the Falmer's side and give up their own pride, bowing their heads before their new masters. But not all of them. Once the Khajiit clans did not bend the knee. One of the Khajiit clans did not bend the knee. Revere, their chieftain, considered the situation too beneficial for the Falmer and suspected the clans had been deceived. The chieftain decided not to take the new master's side. The Falmer declared an act of rebellion. In order to prevent such attitude from spreading amongst the other clans, troops were committed and anti-riot actions were ordered. Revere managed to defeat the forward units sent against them in open combat. When the main army arrived, too numerous to fight against head-on. However, Misha Khan land was well fortified and suitable for defense, so the Khajiit forces withdrew. Farmer laid siege, which brought the campaign's momentum to a standstill. But then the sudden split shattered all their dreams of freedom. Rosadir, Revere's younger brother, refused to obey his elder's commands and suddenly sided with the Falmor, taking a part of the clan with him. The ones that left the fortress with Rosadir have disappeared and have never been heard from again. There was a bloody assault, and although many lives of the long-eared ones were taken by brave Khajiit warriors, the defenders had been sabotaged by the younger brother's betrayal. Revere and a handful of his companions were taken alive. The Falmer ordered Rosadir to personally take his brother's life to prove his loyalty, and Rosadir did so willingly. The Misha clan ring eventually became a symbol of the rebellion. The gem in the ring is special, a rare stone called the Beacon, and when the moons were not seen in the sky, it is said to illuminate the future of the clan. Alas, one day it suddenly disappeared without a trace.
Ah, you again.
There's quite a bit missing from this note.
I can't say I'm surprised. Most of this lot down here are thieves, because they can't do much else. Books can be hard to turn over for a profit, so they see them as mostly worthless.
Can you tell me who brought you the book?
Anonymity creates opportunity. In this line of work, those that reveal secrets do not live long.
Forgotten already. Forgotten already about my companion?
Damn you and your stray cat.
Oh, this is really itchy. We're stopping the tear, you know.
He goes by Creep. It's here in the Warrens. Now leave me alone.
These people seem nervous, which makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Sold this book to the jeweler named Salvasar. You're gonna tell me where you got it.
Just why would I do that? In the Warrens, friend. This is my turf, my people. You can't intimidate me here.
Your turf? I'm the leader of a frickin' thieves guild. Why is there not a dialogue option for that?
She keeps her gold close.
Why does my luck always get me in situations like this? Please,
Okay,
don't be so loud. I was out searching for Mark when I happened on what looked like an abandoned shack. Being the curious type I am, I went inside to look around. Instead of dust, I found an old Khajiit. I drew my knife and told him that I wouldn't hurt him if he stayed still. And he said I could have anything I wanted as long as I didn't take that book. So, naturally, I assumed the book was extremely valuable. I took it, and he tried to stop me, so I struck him.
Like few skills standard. What? With your knife?
It's not my fault. I didn't mean to kill him. Just wound him a little. If he just stayed where he was, like I said. And to top it all off, the book was worthless. Oh, if the leaders find out.
Like I said, I am the leader. I am the leader.
Wait.
There's.
Please spare me. I'll mark it on your map. There, it's right there. I can go now, right?
I made my promise, but Marisi?
What?
How dare you harm her kin? She would like to leave this place.
Well. I wish we had an option that didn't involve freaking killing him. But, fine.
You want to talk to me? Okay.
Not really.
Hey.
Hey, Rune.
Good to see you.
Oh, butterflies. Butterflies! Now, where are we going?
find something.
What are your thoughts on all this?
Hey! Leave my horse alone! There's a like 1 carat diamond.
Thank the gods. This one is bored to death. Being a ghost leaves much to be desired. In fact, this one was talking with butterflies not long ago. Speaking of, there's a beautiful specimen here. One very fond of ectoplasm. But this one hasn't seen it for some time, and he starts to worry. It seems more and more alchemists are robbing butterflies of their wings for their potions. Are you an alchemist?
Of course I am. Don't you think potions are worth a few butterfly wings?
Perhaps this one is just being sentimental. He did use potions every now and again. But look at you. So full of life, unfulfilled wishes and dreams. What can this old Khajiit help you with?
Well, my companion here.
This one recognizes her aura. Come here, kitten. This ring. Where did you get it?
Oh, it's a bit of a long story, but to put it quickly, she had the memories and it was with her belongings.
This is the Ring of Revere. It was lost during the clan uprisings.
I've read that much. What was that about her in order, though?
This one used to be her clan's memory keeper. One who passes knowledge from the last generation to the next. But the chain was broken when this one died.
Please tell us about her connection to the ring. You traveled so far for it.
But the ring is here now, so there's still hope. As for why she has it, her aura is that of Mrisi, the daughter of Rasadir.
Traitor of his clan?
He was no traitor. He loved his brother very much and gave much to ensure the clan's survival. It seems none have paid enough attention to the story. Did you know that the group he helped to escape was women and children?
And he couldn't hold out.
The Thalmor forces were overwhelming. He did what was necessary to ensure the clan survived. When he surrendered the rest, a handful were killed, and the Thalmor had him kill his own brother as a show of good faith. They searched for the ring, but to no avail. It was thought to be lost for good, but now it has come again.
If all that's true, why are you here now?
This one came here with the women and children, but he got separated. He exiled himself to this tiny shack in shame and lived out his miserable life.
So you don't know what happened to the women and children?
This one does not know, but he is curious. How did you come of Rasadir's daughter?
I rescued her from some farmer grunts. They're hunting her on behalf of someone called Isael.
If Isael had her,
Isael.
I fear the others are dead. That woman is a Daedra wearing elven skin. Even the most hardened warriors tremble at her name. She was the one responsible for the clan's demise. This one cannot do much now, but he can seek them out if they have perished. If you truly wish to restore her memory, perhaps the mages in the town of Winterhold can be of some use.
Picked a bad time to get lost.
Enough mucking
What
about.
the?
Well, you asked.
Hell?
Let's see what you've got. I'll mount your head on my wall.
And well
What?
ashes to ashes.
Yeah? Lead on.
While I don't like rift.
You can't cheat. Maybe I'll close it down the paper. Are there with a dangerous stranger? Palace detectives. No interest in the stranger.
The rift is truly something else. Just look at these leaves. You don't typically see anything like them anywhere else. In Skyrim. I love your style. You're looking good today.
Thanks.
Greetings, Archmage.
I like living here. I feel different somehow. More myself.
Up there.
A strange weapon. Quick but risky. If the little arrow stalks, she will be in trouble.
Welcome to the College of Winterhold. You look a little lost.
Yes.
My name is Riane. Anything I could help with?
I'm the Archmage. I'm not really... I know my way around. Anyway, I'm searching for someone skilled in the art of restoration.
Well, isn't that the coincidence? I happen to be the protege of Colette, our resident restoration master. She's out on a trip to gather supplies for the next few days. I might be able to help.
Yes, I'm aware of all that.
How can... Oh my. Forgive me, Archmage. I didn't recognize you at first. It's just that you're almost never here, and your appointment was so recent.
Anyway, my companion here has lost her memories. That works so much. I just need you to take care of this for me.
Absolutely, Archmage. Let me have a look at her. Come here, Puss.
Her name is Marisi. Marisi.
Stand still now.
Don't toddle around to keep her.
I wonder how good these students actually are
Hold
at
the way
the
she
arcane
is so she doesn't
arts.
run.
Because from what I've seen, there's a lot more to be done.
Aha! Got it.
Especially with Braylina.
It's an old Aldmeri sarcophagus.
Huh? A what?
It's kind of like a lockbox in the mind. It's hiding all her memories. You alright?
There's a few claw marks. I'll be fine. So can you unlock it?
Not without the correct passphrase, I'm afraid. If you attempt to open it without the right passphrase, it'll be destroyed and permanently erase the memories in it. Best place to get it would be from the person that placed it.
I might know who I need to visit. Do you recognize the name Isael?
Of course I do. She's the head Justicar of the Thalmor in Skyrim. You'll probably find her at a headquarters in Solitude, but if you go there, you'd better be careful. I hear she's very strong.
Well, you heard it all. What the hell?
Do you need something? I know. You're a woman of action, aren't you?
I'm not sure why I can't select dialogue options of Barisi.
There's so much magicka that I can feel here. It's great. Your kisses are such a treat.
Barisi. What are you doing in there? So you heard it, you heard it, you heard it, and you heard it, and I can't select any of these options. Might see if I just like save in and reload the save. We heard it all.
But she doesn't know what we do now. You have a plan, no?
Well, my plan is to go to Solitude and get the phrase from Isael. Not sure what beyond that, though.
She thinks you have forgotten something.
What's that? Guards? Traps? All get gagging?
Her ears and fluffy tail, you silly. She's unique and will be spotted fast. She will draw a crowd. And she does not like the sound of that name, Iziel. It makes her tail poof out.
I was going to suggest a disguise, but I think it's better you stay here with Freon.
She doesn't want you to go alone. What if you get caught in a trap? How can
I have
she
my
know
wife
to
here.
save you? She knows that you need protecting.
Someone else come along with me, like my wife.
She wants you to be safe. But you had better come back to her, no? She won't let you run away with the new companion. She can trust you'd be safe as much as she has to take
Not
care
anyone.
of you. And
Same old one.
she wants to thank you for this. She's grateful for all you do for her. Now, hurry up. She already misses you. Her memories. Yes. She meant to say her memories. She wants you to hurry for them.
It's so true. I keep on seeing like out of the corner of my eye.
Hurry up. She will wait here.
Okay, Serana.
Okay.
I'm glad you're here. Sure. In which skill?
Yeah, which
All right then.
it's a bit more
Let's
training in light
begin.
armor.
Now that I'm human again, shouldn't you know not to take me out on late night escapades? I'm tired.
The college looks so pretty. I almost can't believe it.
I just wanted to see. What that shack or whatever the heck it is. Oh yeah, we can't. We can't pass through here. Huh. Maybe it's a fast travel point to our quarters. There's really no reason for Whimsy to be doing this. Oh. Oh crap. So we'll just reload a quick save. That's what it's there for. Oh, I need to
Hurry
remove
up.
her from...
She will wait here.
Yep, that's what I thought. Not sure if that's gonna be too useful. Oops.
I know you're always looking out for me, but don't worry. I'll watch your back too.
A change has swept into Solitude, like a breeze off the ocean. The Thieves' Guild has come.
I tell you, the Thieves' Guild has come.
Well, if it isn't the Slayer of the Glenmoral Witches, how can I assist you, companion?
You should see me when you get bored, stranger.
You're like me, eh? Don't fancy those clunky two-handed weapons.
Who's there?
Huh? Hey! Those things are actually fighting!
Be careful.
I'm sure what happened. He just suddenly decided to attack me.
You want something from me? Hmm? Hmm?
Well, this castle definitely looks better than the one back on the island. That's for sure.
Casebook. What?
Shh. Shouldn't we be quiet?
Well, well, look at what the Khajiit dragged in. So wonderful to finally meet the one who's been hindering my search parties.
And there's a character racing, you won't care.
Oh, that little beast belongs to me. Of course I want it back. Tell me, How is my toy faring?
She's not your toy, she's a filling creature.
Oh, please. They are animals meant to be hunted and toyed with. And their shrieks are so much more delightful than a stray house cat.
A monster.
Hardly. I just see the reality of things. While you bunch of soft-hearted fools walk about wasting time and effort trying to help lesser creatures of Nirn. Now, you're going to explain why you're in my private chambers rooting through my things?
I'm gonna get the fast rate to comic a spell.
But of course, my pet wants to recover its memories. Oh, it might be so amusing to look at its distorted face. Yes, I'm positively impatient to see such fear and pain. To watch it recalling everything I graciously took from it. The death of its family, death of its hopes, death of its trust. Marvelous. All that humiliation and slowly increasing bang. I barely can control myself.
I'm sick of you.
You've managed to entertain me. As a reward, I'll tell you the password. It's power, but it does you little good where you are now. You're in my clutches, with no way out. I have a cat to catch presently, but don't you worry, I'll be back for you. And since you seem to care so much for one another, it will be extremely pleasant to watch you suffer together.
Sorry. Let's hope no one heard that.
Are you okay?
I'm okay with the dark, but I've spent more than my share of time in caves already.
Voice is sounding a little different. You sure you're okay?
Oh, what is it? Okay.
I'm sure by now you've realized you stand no chance against SAL on your own. Luckily for you, there are others who would also see you destroyed. If you truly care for your cat, you'll meet with me as soon as you can. We will provide you the key you need to put an end to everything once and for all. You'll know how to find us when the time is right. Quarian? Heck. Ah!
Are you alright? Let me know if you need anything.
Thank you.
keep your guard up. The former may be blind, but it doesn't make them any less skilled.
There's the Archmage's quarters. On the group of captives, an interesting individual attracted my attention. A very young female Khajiit stood out from the yelping multitude. It actually seems curious. I do wonder how it can still enjoy the world, which has by no means treated it kindly, considering all that has happened to its clan, the death of its other relatives, and so on. Erebus has forced the young beast to withdraw into itself, unlike so many others of its kin. At a very moment, it dawned upon me, what if I test this specimen? Eventually, it could dispel my tedium. I bought the promising creature along with its younger siblings, two mere whelps, male and female. There was something effective in how it clasped them to its bosom. I wondered how those two could become useful to me. In my mansion, I assigned a room next to my own dormitory for that Marisi. I decided not to rename it, as the word sounds amusing. One of my ultimate maids is tasked with looking after the specimen. It washed and dressed as if it were a person. What a hilarious sight. Those beasts really dislike water, so the bath was quite a spectacle. Sadly, the process exposed several deficiencies, spoiling my game. It resembles a cat too much. All that shedding fur and smell. Its cat-like behavior is hilarious to observe, and I plan in addition to my new toy to exhibit more of it, but I should consider doing something about its physical traits. For now, it wanted bathing it every day. Regrettably, it got used to water after a few months. Darkness butchers from faculty and of Chirigans and Cloudrest. They are completely useless, all of them. To fully eliminate fur from the body, to get rid of feral aroma, no bloody way. Just tiny muzzle changes, and even that only with an obligatory pain relief. An obligatory one, pardon me, inadmissible. Patience, I burrowed in our family archives and finally stumbled upon the 6th volume of Grand Uncle Aaron Carr's writings about some tests concerning planting spies in different racial environments I've learned. Tests involved appearance alterations of the subject. No mere face sculpting, but full-scale deep body transformation, effectively allowing for race and sex change. To my greatest sorrow, either the effect was short-lasting or the alterations appeared to be substantially muddled, and the final results were virtually unpredictable. A considerable portion of test subjects lost their lives during the ritual due to pain and shock accompanying the procedure, and I determined to study it further. For starters, I decided to test the depth of its affection towards its kinfolk. It said that Khajiit are extremely individualistic to the point of complete egoism, but even my preliminary observations disprove it. Marisi's apparently cares for its little kinsfolk and tries to defend them. Well, soon I'll test the extent of those feelings. For weeks and weeks in a row, I've been gaining the test subject's trust. I responded warmly to its questions, explaining that I have no connection to the extermination of its clan and the deaths of its relatives. Besides the cat-like behaviors, I've also been teaching it basic manners, rewarding progress by allowing it a few brief visits to its siblings who are being contained in an isolated outhouse. These visits do a great deal to draw my playthings together, as they are allowed no other methods of communication. The little male and female Khajiit whelps are housed separately, and Marisi is permitted to speak only to me. favors the growth of trust between me and the test subject. Although popular wisdom asserts that Kaji are exceptionally self-reliant, they do suffer from loneliness, so it eagerly welcomes my company. Having determined and set the initial conditions, I am finally able to start the real amusement. It is essential for Marisi to keep seeing me as a trustworthy person at least, if not a friendly one. This means that someone else must perform all the unpleasant tasks, not me. Good thing there's no reason for that someone to be real. That's how my imaginary brother Barrio was born. He himself should become a synonym for terror, pain, and suffering for the test subject. I began to mention Barrio while talking to Marisi. He is a really atrocious person, and alas, not only my elder, but also far more powerful than me. The entertainment begins slowly. I often barely hold laughter inside, and I constantly had to hide my smile. I do enjoy the play as I tremble before Marisi while pretending to hear Barrio's footsteps or voice, as if I'm concerned about him coming in. That funny feline thing even tries to console me. Oh, amusement! Finally, my imaginary brother has become a realistic threat for the subject. At least as realistic as I need him to be. Today I rushed to Marisi with a worried expression and acting like I was in a great hurry. Come, oh please, my brother is going insane. He's planning to kill your siblings. We've had to stop him. Hurry up, I beg you. Surprisingly, it stood up and followed me at once without even a single question. I guess it understood the need for urgency. We ran up to my thoroughly prepared stage, the mansion's lesser stateroom. All of the furniture had been removed, and a brightly highlighted door was clearly visible against the darkened walls. I don't know why, but my brother always leaves a chance for his prey, and you could save them, I'm sure of it. Gruesome laughter rang out from the chamber's balcony. It's him, I cried in a panicked voice. Well, I had to admit that I've overacted a bit, but the Kaji in general are not the brightest minds of Nern. On top of that, this one was in a very unusual emotional situation. The door over there, you can still save them. Hurry up, I can't help you. He killed me, but you may have a chance. So please run, save their lives. Marisi loitered in indecision for only a brief moment. Dashed for the door, opened it. The passage behind the door was a long, very long. Illusions are my only weakness. I just ran, but the hounds had already been released as soon as the door opened. There was a first small physical torture chamber after the passage, where its little kinsfolk were stunned and placed in the opposite corners. The dogs, two vicious wolfhounds, were restrained by magic shields. Eager for the helpless prey, the hounds growled and scratched at the floor with their claws. The effect of the stun was just starting to wear off of the little brats. The tiny feline whining they made seemed to enliven the test subject, and for a blink I believed it just didn't hear the dog's terrifying growls. That's the moment I planned for so long. Marisi ran out of the passage into a small chamber about 24 yards from one wall to the other. Each of the little brats was situated dozens of yards away from the test subject, each faced by a huge, slavering dog, currently battering against the weakened magic shield. It took me some time to build up an appropriate hunger for living Khajiit flesh in those beasts, but now it was worth it. Here was the climax. Here was the moment of truth. Basilica had no idea that I blocked the scent with a spell, so the dogs won't lay a claw on it, unlike the younger whelps. Which one of the siblings, brother or sister? The dogs are obviously making their way through the shields, and Marisi has to make a choice, and make it now. Well, in such a situation, the first move for every creature with even a shred of wit would be to run for its life, but even if it tries to overcome its instincts, it will only be able to save one. It has to make its choice, who lives and who poignantly dies. That really exceeded all of my expectations. I'm still feeling a delightful shiver running through my body, just remembering that precious moment. Blink, it freezes still. Blink, stares to the right, blinks to the left. Time stops, then sudden understanding blooms as I see its pupils widen. I didn't believe they could widen any further. Marisi lingers one more moment, perhaps hoping to wake from the nightmare, perhaps waiting to be awakened from it. Suddenly it dashes for the male whelp. Ha! Choice has been made. I almost feel it keeping the pain inside, gritting his teeth. Now it's time to act. Time for sorrow and self-scrutiny will come later. The shields are down. Both dogs immediately rush for the corner where the female whelp is crying in horror. I'm keeping them at bay, well, only holding them back a little. There's enough to fresh out this dirt-worthy scene to make it last. The prey begins to yell at the top of its lungs. The screams are full of terror. I guess the Khajiit indeed are too close to animals. Each time I hear that yelling, it reminds me how regular cats cry when being squashed or skinned. Anyway, the dogs start to tear the prey apart. Without my intervention, it'd be dead in just a blink. Here I am staging the scene for my observation room. The terrible screaming doesn't stop for even a minute until, at last, the moment I've been waiting for. Marisi loses itself and, pushing the saved male whelp aside, dashes for the hopeless female prey to help. It doesn't know that all its efforts are in vain. The little Khajiit bitch was being kept alive only by my goodwill. Well, keen will. At the moment Marisi moved from his male siblings, I started pumping life energy into the female one. The body falls to the cold stone at her feet with an impeccable timing, at almost the exact moment that she reaches it. As ruthless and rage-filled as a pure-blood Tremor Lord, Marisi pounces upon one of the dogs. Khajiit claws and fangs can be a deadly weapon, and the poor little wolfhound feels it badly right now. However, rage dims his feeling vision, and the subject loses sight of the other dog, which immediately switches its aim and rushes for the just saved male whelp. Marisi's brother clings fast into his corner and cries. Such quickly realizes its mistake, and the horror of its realization freezes it in place. Astounded, the Khajiit, which had seemed paralyzed with shock and terror, breaks the self-cast spell and dashes for its male sibling, likely already knowing it's too late to save the whelp. I'm convinced it realizes the futility of its actions. Nevertheless, the second noble wolfhound is torn in two by its desperate feline attack. Then comes silence, except for Marisi panting for breath. It sounded almost as loud as a sea squall. It slowly looks around, the eyes become empty, it collapses. At long last, that was splendid! Even now, a great excitement fills me inside and almost spills over. Such bright prospects, to oblivion with prospects, such an unwitnessed pleasure to create all of that situation, the place enters on their destined spots, and to pull the wires, making them move with a single purpose, to bring me that unprecedented delight. Making love, who cares about sex? Well, has such a power in her possession. The power of making this naive female do anything. Absolute power. Irrepressible rejoicing after all those years of boredom and daily routine. I definitely want more. I need more. More! For 2 days I kept Marisi submerged in a healing sleep, not because of its wounds it had none to speak of, or mental injuries. I couldn't care less about them. It was I who really needed some time to recover and to mull over my future plans. This was exactly the feelings Onoyel had right after perfect Oriel and creating time. Feeling literally unmatched, which means even more amusement awaiting ahead. They woke up. Time to raise a curtain for the second act. Putting on the saddest possible expression, I knocked at Marisi's door. I should, after all, demonstrate the manners that I have taught it myself, and entered the room, not waiting for an answer. But I also should clearly show who the master is. The Testator was sitting on its bed with vacuous eyes, hands embracing its knees. A pleasant sight, not a single movement in my direction. Get yourself before your lady, you little stinker. Marisi, my dearest Marisi, I'm so sorry about all those horrible things. You hear me? I so pity your poor little sister, but you can be proud of yourself. You are a good girl. If it were not for you, your little brother would also be dead right now. Now, exactly the reaction I had been waiting for. Some kind of inner light started to show through its dull pupils. An empty shell that was sitting on the bed a moment ago began to fill with life. The same life that caught my eye several long weeks ago. My brother, is he alive? In a subdued, timid voice. I swear I'm close to central climax once again. Mauricio is sure he's no more. He's badly injured and he lost plenty of blood, but he hasn't gone to his last home yet, and that's because of you. Even my atrocious brother is enraptured by your bravery. Now, no one will harm your little brother. I'm sad to say, though, the wounds are too deep to heal themselves. I might need your aid to help him recover. Mauricio jumped up at once. She's ready. I began to explain. Well, we'll have to conduct a very special ritual. Very, very special and extremely dangerous. Dangerous for you. I'll try to channel some part of your vital energy to your brother. Mauricio looked up at me. Please, she humbly begs you, mistress, do everything it takes. She's ready for anything. It prostrated itself before me and burst into tears. I reminded myself about pretending to be its big sister and raised the sobbing thing, pressing it against my breast. Well, against my abdomen, to be more precise. By the gods, look at this, at the stature difference. That's a genuine mother and child state. Am I not a genius? Yes, my dear Mauricio, I can do it, but you will suffer. You see, the ritual is very painful, and that's not all. You'll change. Your face, your body will be changed forever, so much that even your kinsfolk won't accept you anymore. You'll become a stranger to them. You'll think you're a spy. Mauricio doesn't care. Please, mistress, be so kind. Save them. Save her brother. I managed to modify the ritual. Test the prospect of death is considerably lower, to the point where I feel confident venturing my thing in skipping the pain release spells. I took Mauricio into a small room with a curtained off area in the corner. I had prepared a second operating theater for this. Upon entering the room, it looked at the corner and then back to me, hopefully. Yes, you're right, your brother is there, but you better not look at the poor thing right now. He's wrapped up for better treatment. So, it nodded, satisfied with the explanation. I made it lie down on the sun platform and then tied its arms and legs, almost trembling with impatience. Actually, it would have been simple for me to soothe the transformation pain, but for the sake of deepening my own pleasure, I let it be. Mauricio, you must endure if you want your little brother to walk again. It just clenched its teeth in response. Splendid! I turned the lights off, leaving but a small lamp to highlight the platform. The test district on top of it, limbs tied with straps as a safety precaution. I then started my work in performing several long and sophisticated incantations which had not been heard under no sun or moons for whole centuries. Detailed specification and description of the full process noted in my 7th Grimoire, Part 16. Powers were called, and the energy flow surrounded the feline body. Mauricio arched his back abruptly and screamed on the top of his lungs. Oh, the pain! Shifting joints for scaling bones, tearing tissues. It should be unbearable in any circumstances, but for the sensor, the pain lasted and lasted, all for my insatiable pleasure. Moreover, I had warped Mauricio's sense of time with another spell, so for it the process was unfolding insufferably slow, all according to my calculations. Screams are replaced by hoarse groans, blood dripped from the bitten lips and tongue, a very fetching shade. Eyeballs nearly popped out, but it endures. I could bet it really believes it can't allow itself to give up to retreat into the merciful oblivion of unconsciousness simply because the male whelp's life depends on it. It goes on struggling, such a strong will for such a pitiful creature. Joints crackled, breaking out. Note to self, I should fix the limbs better next time. But the ritual is already coming to an end, and eventually the cat managed to endure it all. The exodus probability in the final stage still around 30%, so I lowered it significantly with free proficient healing spells. Now the technical needs a bit of rest to fully recover. The entity should accept its new form. Well, let's take a break. A week should be enough, I assume. It's perfect. I'm marvelous. I am the best of the best of the best. It took exactly 7 full days for the test to recover, and when I was informed that it had come to its senses, I immediately rushed for its bed. I entered the room and stood stock still, admiring the fruits of my efforts. The result has surpassed all of my most ardent expectations. The mongrel retained unique Kaji features, by which I mean the tail, feline ears as well as fur here and there, but in all other ways it has become extremely close to Mer, whatever, and much more attractive than even the Omes breed. And to think I made this out of a filthy souffle. But still, modify the spell to change Mer into lesser races. I want to get rid of unwanted rivals without traditional liquidation. I'd even say that it became rather cute. After coming of age, it might possibly be called, well, beautiful. Or should I write, she's she from now on? No, a beast is a beast, even after some body alterations. Anyway, even the soft, short fur covering almost all of its body doesn't cause much disgust, as it used to. My body, in so many ways, is dainty and savory. For a blink, I even thought of, well, I'm not sure. In any case, it looks like the pheromone glands I formed inside her work like a charm on me, so I bet they will make her irresistible to everybody else. Anyway, I have every reason to be proud of myself. As always, congratulations to me. He dashed to me with a cute, impatient, and ingratiating look on his face. It worked. Please, kind mistress, have you succeeded? Of course I succeeded, my child. It went even better than I expected. In her joy, Teta threw herself upon my legs, thanking me effusively. It was an ineffable pleasure to put my arms around Maurice's shoulders, look deeply into the tear-stained eyes, lift its light body up to its feet, and the smell, or should I say, the aroma, it smelled much better than the dirty Khajiits. It was just another species now. I had unleashed all of oblivion onto its head, and it was so grateful, hilarious, even to make a cat laugh. Such miserably asked to let it see its recovering brother, but I flatly refused. I explained that her brother needs to recuperate and should not be disturbed. By the way, Maurice itself was in a great need of further rest and fine-tuning to you. The final stage hasn't even begun yet. It went on with the next stage of my plan, Maurice's training. Though through hard work and countless repetitions, I formed a genuine-looking little lady for my long-awaited event and the final act of my precious play. The visual effect was truly magnificent to behold. A slender body clad in a tightly fitted dress made of rare, thin fabric that magically changes its color at a slow pace from dusky hygiene to pale lilac. I'm planning to invite guests from all over the Dominion, people representing all of the highest ranks of our noble, all-married society, though not as many as to diminish the intimacy of the event. So much to do, so little time. At long last, the guests were all gathered, and we could begin the festivities. After an opulent dinner, everyone was ready to take delight in the main course I prepared, and I wouldn't make them wait for too long. One of my personal guards was helping Maurice not to trip over her long skirts as she was descending the stairs. A marvelous impression. A delicate, slender girl, well, almost a girl, hanging onto the arm of a veteran warrior towering above her, 7 foot tall, virile-looking fighter clad in full armor, with a scarred and manly face under his nasal helmet. The audience was looking all over them with curiosity and surprise. Time for me to get on stage. It was a night of my triumph again. Please allow me to introduce you to my protege, young Maurice the Khajiit. I suppose you've noticed several minor details that differentiate from other specimens of its kin. Also, I'd like to humbly draw your attention to this very affecting moment. Soon we will all have the delight of seeing a family reunion. A younger brother finally reunited with the elder sister. The male Khajiit whelp was literally stopped at death's door by the precious collaboration of myself and this young brave heart, brutally bitten all over and almost torn apart by wolfhounds. The whelp was finally brought back to life thanks to the active participation of its older sister. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will all witness this exciting reunion. The moment worth waiting for. Maurice's face was radiant with hope and sweetly timid happiness in a remarkable contrast to the long, pompous faces of the guests. I must admit, During my exalted speech, I caught quite a few uncomprehending looks from the audience. Luckily for me, I have quite a reputation amongst the marks of the Dominion, so my guests were both curious and cautious enough to let me reach the end of this ridiculous speech. And while they looked a bit perplexed, they definitely did not seem disappointed. Finally, trumpets blared. 2 guards brought in a carved wooden screen, placing before a small door at Marisi's side. One more blare, much louder this time, and a door behind the screen was opened. Marisi, my dears, at long last embrace your beloved brother. The Hedgehog ran to the door in a hurry. I nodded, and the scream was removed at once. Scream? Well, I could swear that was a shuddering scream, but I can't recall it clearly. Too high-pitched, maybe. The audience was also deafened a bit, but in the moment the guests got the cream of a joke, and to my great pleasure, found it to be witty enough. Several dozen guests began to laugh. The highborn are always discreet, as is demanded by both our nature and our social decency. But this time the audience was not able to hold back, nor did they want to. Mercy dropped down on his knees and froze in place. Of course, the little brat was dead. The thing Marisi had been just about to embrace contained, well, a significant part of that male Kashi whelp, as well as a pair of his little small sister's limbs for that bit of extra flair. Risen undead, with the mouth still shut, but it was still contained a tiny sparkle of what it was while living. I suppose the thing recognized Marisi somehow, because it tried to crawl up to it, only managing to drag itself a little bit closer. Swallowed in its white veil, trembling, mumbling quietly, the thing really was unforgettable. The only reproof I could have for myself, the putrid smell. Too much time had elapsed since the previous act of my play, and no incense could possibly soothe that stench. Nevertheless, everyone was admiring the thing, paying no mind to Marisi, including me, and sadly the guards. Note itself to think of an appropriate punishment for the guards as soon as I finished these writings today. Anyway, the ungrateful creature suddenly shook off her numbness, ran up to the closest guard, snatched a short sword out of its scabbard, and decapitated the wretched creation of mine in a flash. I almost caught the risen brat's eye, which was looking at Marisi with something that could be called gratitude, if I didn't know for sure that the dead are never grateful to the living. Deep in these thoughts, I raised my own eyes just to see the furious little skunk rushing for me, pointing his sword's tip at my throat. Alas, brave Werekashit, the guards have finally come to their senses and caught you almost in midair. The guards, to my great relief, went on laughing and apparently considered this all to be a vital part of the show. Well, I have no intention of disappointing them. The subject thrashed, twitched, and clawed in an attempt to escape the guard's clutches, but both its strength and will eventually failed it. It hung limply in their arms, having dropped the sword, and just stared at the pile of bones, flesh, and cloth, the last faded remains of its family. Well, this night was a definite success. Since then, Marisi has ceased to talk, eat, drink, and even sleep, as far as I can tell, but the plaything I restricted was too marvelous to discard after a single event. No way am I going to lose her. It was not a great deal of trouble to find a remedy, for a mage as great as myself, I mean. The sarcophagus incantation is a subtle tool to erase someone's memory, so I put the subject under the spell. I have so many plans for it. The spell was successful, but to my great surprise, some scraps of the erased memory remain in Marisi's mind. The scraps apparently torment it, preventing it from being as vivid and cheerful as it used to be before the event. The subject has become a pitiful copy of itself. Not good. I should consider moving to a new place, somewhere completely different from the Somerset area. I've wanted to test excessive cold treatment, so that God's forsaken Skyrim may be worth a try. Not one of those stinking beasts deserves to live. Not a single one. Except the one I have already transformed to my amusement and glory, of course. Damn, I'm still infuriated. There was an old Khajiit female slave in the mansion, and I decided to use her to cheer Marisi up a bit, keeping in mind another amusement scheme, of course. I worked out an escape plan just to let Marisi feel a little freedom, just enough to light her fire up again. So I wrote a letter and put some traveling junk into a satchel. I didn't want Marisi to walk too far from me. I just wanted to inspire her a bit. I surely didn't intend to let the subject roam around the mansion absolutely free, so I ordered my assistant to work out an exclusive spell revealing Marisi's location at any time. No closed in 7th Grimoire. By the way, who could think that a guard called up to be punished because of his sluggishness would allow such an talent, revealing both his intellect and endurance? Note itself should pay more attention to those close to me. Even some looking ignoble, they might become quite useful in so many ways. Yokaji Hag should have passed the letter to Marisi. I had no doubt that the subject would gladly take the chance to escape from his hateful surroundings. But the old water dared to spoil everything. Everything! It felt sorry for the little milady. Curse it. It substituted my satchel for another one, wrote another letter, and let the subject escape for real. The day before the tracking spell was ready. The plan blew up in my face, and I will have a very, very, very long time in the cellar with the cursed old hag. The ritual to create a spell that accurately points to the location of an individual requires the subject itself to be present on the platform, and without Marisi around, I could only use her scanty belongings, thus making the spell very inaccurate and unreliable. At least my new assistance shows some brightness in getting as much information from the spell as possible. Reconnaissance parties are already casing the area. Sooner or later, Marisi will be mine again. Although I have so long awaited, I have the whole of Oblivion to show you, my little milady. And that is why SAL deserves to die.
Greetings, Archmage.
You're back! Now she will know who she is at last.
Listen, there's something I need to know.
You couldn't get it? Was the word so well hidden?
It's not that, but we need to talk.
No time to talk. Just go find her the word already. She can't wait. She needs to know to remember.
I have the word, Marie.
Then no more talking, no? Hurry up with the mage.
Alright then.
So, we're all set?
So everything's ready, are you?
I am indeed. I just need the password.
Can I lie? That's probably going to completely end the quest. Entirely.
I like it here. It's fun most days. The hard work.
Let's just do this for... This is a really difficult thing to roleplay. I'm pretty sure if we lie, it's going to end the quest chain entirely. I think in a way, like... I don't know if like a 25-year-old Whimsy would be quite this wise as to think that like think of it in terms of like, okay, you had to like confront your past to um to move on and to improve as a person and whatever. But at the same time, it's kind of I think she would, in some ways, be wise enough to think that like this could be a absolutely horrible idea to make Marisi remember all of these terrible, horrible things all at once. But it's also ultimately what Marisi wants. And for her to just go on not remembering anything and potentially having shards of those memories kind of lingering in the back of her mind, unable to resolve them. I don't know. I think there's a walkthrough for this. I'm just gonna consult that because I'm uh well, this mod contains adult content. Yeah, it sort of does, doesn't it? I mean, it's not like I wouldn't call it adult content. I would call it mature content more than adult content. I mean, in a way, but like adult content like suggests. I mean, I guess there's some degree of nudity in it, in like illustrations later on, but I would say it's more. Uh, I think that it's in articles, maybe. Yeah, walkthrough. Which I need it later anyway. Um, what the frig? Why is it taking me to here? It's taking me to. Okay. I'm trying to. There you go. Okay. Okay, so this actually does, um, apparently this does, um, like affect her, affection for us, I guess. Um, huh. Apparently, we'll get more. Technically, we'll get more affection points. I guess if we use the huh. Like we gain more relationship points if we go the route of um although huh. No, apparently like, if we'd done the fluffy thing we would have gotten more points. The fluffy thing. Otherwise it's always going to be like one heart. Okay, so I'm kind of dividing gameplay from role playing here, but I think the relationship result is going to be the same ultimately. So Mercy.
Not a very well-known concept to the Aldmeri. I suppose she chose it so nobody would ever guess. All right, let's head up to the roof where we won't be disturbed.
That's odd placement for a chest. Are you going? Ellie. We done it a little bit.
Relax, please, wouldn't you?
Easier said.
Mercy.
Can you hear me? Are you okay?
Of course she can hear you. Don't you see her beautiful, fluffy ears? But she does not remember still.
It can be strength. You can't. You're not going to be able to.
What? What do you mean she cannot remember? She must.
Look, I had to lie to protect you. You wouldn't listen.
You lied? The word was wrong and now her memories are gone? How could you do that to her? She thought you cared for her. She believed you.
I do. You're very special to me. That's why I protected you.
She doesn't need protection. She can make her own decisions. She has decided that she never wants to see you again. Take back your things and leave her alone, you traitor!
Okay. What with the crossbow?
Don't go chasing her just yet. It'll only make things worse. She needs time to calm down and think about things. But she'll be back. But now I have to ask, was her past really so horrible you had to lie?
Some things are better left forgotten, Ryan.
That's not gonna fly. I just unwittingly destroyed that young girl's life, and it's your fault. You're gonna tell me.
Okay, this colonel controls all the horridness upon her.
This is... How could anyone? Oh, 9, it's her. Hurry, to the courtyard.
Whoa.
Oh, you really must be something special if you're able to escape my trap. I'd have liked to use you as one of my toys. But I see now, you're far too troublesome to allow you to continue breathing. A shame, really.
Ah!
Take it easy. You're not healed yet. I wasn't able to do as much as I would have liked. Take it easy. You're not healed yet. I wasn't able to do as much as I would have liked.
The college looks so pretty. I almost can't...
What happened to Marisi? Is she okay?
Not really. No. After Azael bolted you, she and her guards took Marisi. I'm not sure where.
I had to rescue her.
Slow down. You won't do anything for her if you fall over and freeze to death. Just
Ah!
give me a few more minutes.
Hey, Serana. I'm okay. It's hurt a little bit, but I'm okay. Please hurry.
Going as fast as I can. Do you have any clues as to where she might be?
Maybe one. Look at this.
Looks like a note. No, wait. It's a scroll. It's difficult to tell with the enchantment being hidden like that. Use it at your own risk.
Lee is not, but I'm not sure I can trust him.
Sounds like you have to take that chance. Okay, I think you should be alright. Go see this Altmer, and maybe he can help. Good luck.
How are you, Travis?
What do you want?
Why should I want anything? Why can't I simply be sociable with my colleagues?
Okay, so,
I'm busy right now, Colette.
think there might actually be a time limit on this, so...
Well,
Lovely.
it's about time. I was starting to wonder if you were ever going to show up for our little meeting.
Well, you're hunting Maurice in Riverwood on ACL's behalf. The reason do I have to trust you?
Well, we could start with saving you from Isahel, or maybe delaying her long enough for you to reach the college when you decided not to heed my advice. Or perhaps because I'm standing peacefully with one who is supposed to be my enemy, but is instead helping me defeat Isahel.
You raise good points, but I remain doubtful.
You'd be foolish otherwise.
Huh?
Isahel has taken the cat to her fortress in...
Huh? Crap? Sorry, Ellie. Okay. I don't know what's going on. It's completely frozen up now. Audio dropped out, now it's completely frozen. So that's great. So, I might just go ahead and cut it off for tonight. Are you freaking kidding me? What the freaking hell? Control up deleting. There we go. Okay, we're just going to replay a little bit of that. No idea what happened there. I thought maybe like my Bluetooth headset had gone weird, but apparently it's something else. I don't know. Yeah, this is like, I think the last time I played this, we did like do what Marisi wanted, and I just had like a weird conflict because I was like thinking of looking at the walkthroughs, I was thinking of like what uh, I was thinking of like what would be beneficial in terms of gameplay potentially. Um, I mean, I'm always trying to like balance those two things. On some level, and kind of maybe rationalize the choice in some way. But here, definitely, like given the fact that like because we didn't do the fluffy joke earlier, apparently that the fluffy joke raises Marisi's affection for us a lot, gives us a lot more chances to raise affection with her, but we didn't do that, and I didn't really see any reason to do that, so that would have been pretty much metagame knowledge anyway. Basically, at this point, I'm using the walkthrough, I'm using metagame knowledge to do what Whimsy would have done in the first place, which is, I mean, she doesn't typically like to lie, but in this case, like the moral choice seems really obvious. That like it's yeah, I think we should have an autosave, hopefully. Like right in, because we were loading into a new cell. Maybe, hopefully. I don't know. Because like it's so scripted that maybe it didn't autosave. We'll see what happens where we end up finding yourselves. Any case, there's a bunch of things you can do that take a few seconds of your time, as well as other things that are just a little more involved. But of course, that's all entirely up to you. And regardless, I thank you very much for watching. And until next time,